Namaste and welcome everyone. My name is Kristyn and thank you so much for being here. Thank you for choosing to be here. An investment to yourself and taking this time just for you. Today's video, I'm going to be leading you through a very short but immersive exploration of throat chakra, sometimes known as Vishuddha or Vishuddha Chakra in Sanskrit. This is part of the 7-day yoga chakra immersion with myself and the team at the School of Living Yoga. So you may have already moved through practices for the previous chakras in the 7 chakra system, but if not, I'll leave those descriptions in the link below. As well, if you'd like to sign up to continue to flow with me through the remainder of this immersion, I will also leave that link in the description below. If you sign up, you enter for a chance to win a wonderful prize. And so I invite you to take a few moments here to get settled in for your practice. Today I have with me a yoga mat, a bolster, and 2 blocks. But if you don't have yoga props at home, that's okay. You can get really creative in your at-home practice. In lieu of a bolster, you might take a couple of stacked bed pillows, maybe even a couch cushion. You could also take a nice thick rolled up blanket. As well, in lieu of blocks, you can always use a stack of books or anything that would kind of help to bring the earth up to you in some way. As well, I won't have music playing on my end, but if you would like to turn on maybe some ambient music, your favorite yoga playlist, that could be a nice addition to your practice. It's really important to take time to really create your Zen Den, as I like to call it, or really just setting the tone for your practice, for turning off the grip of the external world and just allowing yourself to settle into all of the different layers of self. And when you're ready, we're going to get started in a comfortable seated position, coming to sit cross-legged in Sukhasana, easy or sweet pose. And for me, I like to bring a bolster underneath my sitting bones. You may enjoy bringing a prop underneath to help relieve any tension in the hips and to support the low back. If crossing the ankles doesn't feel right for your body, you can always sit with the legs extended, or you can even come to sit on top of the knees or the shins. Really, whatever feels best for you and your body today. And so just take a moment here to find stillness. You might enjoy a couple of rocks from side to side, maybe a few shoulder rolls. Really just whatever you need to let go of whatever you're carrying from your day. And then just begin to close down through the eyes, just inviting in a soft gaze here as you begin to lean into that quietude of stillness. Just allowing yourself to just be here. Nothing that you need to do, nowhere that you need to be. But instead, find a little comfort in knowing that you are here. Taking this time just for you. And carving out this time to really explore a little bit more in depth the energy and the wisdom of the 7 chakra system. These wonderful energetic centers reside along the Sushumna Nadi, this river or this channel of energy that flows up and down the length of the spinal column. And at the beginning of this chakra immersion, we began at the base of the spine, the tip of the tail, in the home of Muladhara Chakra, root chakra, the wonderful practice led by Ali. And over the course of time this week, we've explored each of the chakras along the way to arrive here now in the 5th chakra, Vishuddha Chakra, or the throat chakra. And so I invite you to just take a moment here As you ground into your sitting bones, ground into your foundation, your seat, and then just welcome a gentle lengthening from root to crown, as if you could invite a little bit more space in between each one of your vertebrae. Allow the hands to rest comfortably either on your thighs or in your lap, somewhere that feels natural, organic. Take a deep breath in and just bring the shoulders forward and up. And as you exhale, just let them cascade, fall back and down. So there's this little opening across the front of the chest and the front of the throat. And you might even see if you could balance the weight of the skull on the tip of the atlas, the tip of the spine, the top of the spine. See if you can allow the head to feel effortless here. And just begin to tune into the sensation of your already present breath. And so there's no need to change or alter the breath in any way at this time. Just simply begin to notice. Breath flowing in and breath flowing back out. You might even begin to observe the transitions within the breath. The turning points at the tip of the inhale and the tip of the exhale. And just see if you can smooth out these transitions. Just allowing the breath to flow naturally from the inhale to the exhale. And from the exhale to naturally give birth to the inhale. Smoothing out these oscillations of the breath. And just begin to pay special attention to the sensation of the breath in the back of the throat. The home of Throat Chakra, which resides just at the base of the throat here in that little V in the base of the throat there, front, back, and both sides. This energetic center resonates with the beautiful color of blue. And resonates with the element of sound. Vibrational energy, the resonance. And so as you observe the sensations of the breath here, just begin to tune into that vibrational quality of the breath. Simultaneously imagining a radiant orb of blue light in the home of Vishuddha Chakra, Throat Chakra, radiant outward in all directions here. This chakra holds the qualities of communication, honest communication, and speaking our truth, living our truth. It's all of the beautiful, positive qualities that we have to communicate with the ones that we love, to build strong relationships, to speak our truth in a way to honor our own authenticity. resonating with the element of sound and voice. Begin to deepen in the breath here. Just bringing gentle encouragement to the breath. And we'll start to weave in Ujjayi breath, or ocean sounding breath. If this is a new technique to you, that's okay. Let's begin by taking a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth and exhale as if you were trying to fog a mirror. Good. Again, inhale deeply. Just feeling that gentle hug in the back of the throat, that little bit of constriction. Again. Beautiful breath. And you can continue in this way, exhaling through the mouth, or begin to explore Ujjayi breath with the lips closed. You're still finding that constriction in the back of the throat. So the exhale becomes slow and controlled and audible, like a whisper. Beautiful. And just continue Ujjayi breath, this oceanic breath, at your own pace and to your own capacity. The sound, the whisper is Ujjayi. Welcome in the vibrational tone, the little warmth of energy in the back of the throat that stimulates a sense of relaxation within. Become completely absorbed in the sound of your own breath. And just a few more rounds here. Just basking in the sound of Ujjayi breath. Wonderful. And when you feel complete, just let go of the technique. Come back to your natural flow of breath and just take a moment here to notice how you feel. Basking in the afterglow of the sound of your own breath. Now I'll invite you to bring your left hand to your heart and your right hand over top of your left. So we'll begin our practice today with the beautiful sound of Om 3 times all together. I invite you to chant it loud and chant it proud. We connect with the element of sound here and the vibrational sound of the universe, connecting all beings. Of course, you may just wish to relax and absorb the sound of Om. We'll take 3 breaths to the sound of Om, taking a deep breath in. Breathing in. moment here to allow the resonance of Om to vibrate outwards beyond the boundary of your physical body. And then taking a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale a sigh. Softly flutter the eyes open. Relax your arms down by your sides. You might just take a moment here to extend the legs out long. Maybe give the knees a gentle shake if you've been sitting cross-legged or on the knees, just giving the knees a moment of reprieve. But we will come back into Sukhasana, easier sweet pose. Finding your most comfortable seat. Just allow your hands to rest comfortably on your thighs for more support. Sit up nice and tall and breathe in and bring your shoulders forward and up. And as you exhale, drop them back and down. We'll do this a couple of times. Just finding these very gentle shoulder rolls. Starting to let go of tension. You might move through some gentle cracks and crunches, but if it feels like too much, just take it a step back. Vishuddha is this beautiful word for pure or purification. And so there's no rush throughout your practice today. I invite you to listen to your body, what it needs, what it craves, and just welcome in any release that comes. When you're ready, start to move in the opposite direction. You might feel called to move both shoulders together or maybe one at a time, more of a swimming motion, bringing a little bit more movement into the upper back body and the chest. One more breath. Wonderful. Extend your arms down by your sides. Maybe your fingertips touch the earth. Sit up nice and tall. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, drop the chin down towards the chest. So to welcome in this nice deep stretch for the back of the neck, the back of the throat. And on your next breath in, start to roll right ear towards right shoulder. And exhale back to center. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. And exhale back to center. Just moving with breath here from side to side. There's no rush. If you find a sweet spot somewhere that feels really good, you might stay for a couple of breaths. But just being kind to yourself here. Many of us carry a lot of stress in the form of tension in our upper back, our shoulders, our neck, around our throat. So that can be a little bit tricky to dive into sensation here. It might feel like a bit much. Remember, listen to your body. Good. The next time you roll right ear to right shoulder, let's pause here. Sitting up nice and tall, and then just slowly start to lift your left fingertips up, maybe just an inch or two. Deepening into that sensation in the left side of the neck. You might even draw the left fingertips towards your left shoulder as if you were trying to press that left palm away from you. And the final option is to bring the right hand to the left side of the head and just gently working with gravity here to encourage that deep stretch. You might even close down through the eyes, come back to the breath. Using the breath to breathe into sensation. And the yogis like to say that where the awareness goes, the energy flows. Beautiful. Lower your left hand down. Use your right hand to lift the head back up gently, gently. Take both fingertips to the earth, drop the chin down to the chest, and we'll come to the other side. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder, and we'll pause here. If you feel called to deepen in, you might start to lift the right hand just up off the earth, maybe an inch or two. Maybe find a nice flex of that palm as you press the palm away, extending into the wrist. Maybe take the left hand to the right side of the head, just working with gravity here in a very gentle way. Always working with softness and kindness. So we explore these more tender parts of ourselves that require a little bit more loving attention. One more deep breath. Good. Lower the right hand down. Use the left hand to gently lift the head back up. Fingertips to the earth again, drop the chin down to the chest, but this time inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, interlace the fingers and just bring the palms in behind the back of the head, working with gravity now as you draw the chin a little closer to the chest. Sitting up nice and tall here, deepening into that sensation, the stretch and the multifidus muscles that run along the length of the spine for strength, support, stability. And then slowly, slowly begin to lift your gaze, lift your elbows up, coming into a very gentle back bend here. Just let the weight of your head fall heavy into your palms. So opening up the front of the throat and the shoulders, the chest, little containment in your core here. Beautiful. Make your way back to center. Relax your arms down by your sides. You might give your shoulders a little shake. Feels so good. From here, take your right hand beside your right hip. Inhale, sweep your left arm up, and exhale, come into a gentle lateral bend. So just gently tuck your right elbow towards your right hip, ground into your left sitting bone, reach your left arm up and over, and then gently draw the left arm back. So there's an opening into the left side of the body here. You might even lift your gaze to the sky. Just start to breathe into the left side of the body. And then from here, start to trace nice big circles with that left arm. If you're tracing the shape of the moon on the ceiling. And as we start to explore this range of motion in the left shoulder, again, maybe a few cracks and crunches you're working through, but it feels like too much, just start to trace smaller circles. When you feel ready, move in the opposite direction. Good. Come back to your lateral bend. Take a deep breath in. Reach both arms up to center. Lengthen through the spine here. Exhale, take left hand beside left hip, side bend up and over to your right. Your left with the right arm. Tuck the left elbow towards the left hip. Reach the right arm up and over, but ground into your right sitting bone. So your sitting bones stay grounded. You might draw the right arm back just a bit. Maybe lift your gaze to the sky. Breathe into the right side of the body. Honor the side bend. Beautiful. Start to trace nice big circles with that right arm. Maybe find movement with breath. Maybe that slows down your movements just a bit, but in this way we find mindful movement, even meditation in movement. Good, and when you're ready, move in the opposite direction. Wonderful. Come back into your lateral bend. Inhale, reach both arms up, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, come into a twist over to the right. So right hand comes behind you, left hand to right knee. Use the back hand like a little kickstand as you lengthen from root to crown. Hug navel to spine and then twist over to the right. We'll stay for a couple of breaths. Now I invite you to hold the shape of the twist, but we'll bring some movement into the cervical spine, the upper back, and the neck. As you inhale, bring your gaze over the left shoulder. And then exhale back over the right. Good, 2 more breaths here. Good, slowly unravel your twist, come back to center. Inhale, lengthen the arms up. Exhale, twist to your left. Left hand comes behind you, right hand to left knee. Hug navel to spine, gaze over the left shoulder. So you might choose to just find stillness here, to find your breath, or bring some of that movement into the neck. So you inhale, gaze over right shoulder. And exhale, gaze over the left. 2 more breaths wherever you are. Just allowing your breath to be your guide today. Wonderful. Slowly make your way back to center. You may wish to remove your prop from underneath your seat just for now, but keep it nice and close by. Extend the legs out nice and long here. You might give the knees a refreshing shake, maybe rock the ankles from side to side. Then from here, I'll invite you to bend the left knee. Take the left knee out to the left side. Bring the sole of the left foot to the inseam of the right leg. And then from here, you're going to draw your left sitting bone back. Draw your left knee back and open yourself up more to a 45-degree angle here. Sit up nice and tall. Take your left hand to your left hip, turn to face your left knee, and then reach your right hand towards your right big toe. You may reach it, you might not. Instead, you may wish to take a block or some support to the inner edge of the right calf, and you could always rest your right forearm there, but we're coming into a lateral bend, revolved head to knee. Option to reach the left arm up and over as if both hands were trying to reach towards your right big toe. Now, if this feels like too much for the weight of the head, you can always bend the right elbow and support the head. And if it feels like too much for the left arm, you can always bend the left elbow and just bring the hand in behind the head here. Again, keeping the sitting bones nice and grounded here. And now this isn't a forward fold, so if you feel like your left shoulder or your heart is bowing forward, simply just draw the left elbow back. Closing down through the eyes, coming back to the breath here. This head to knee pose brings a nice deep stretch into the spine, the lateral meridians of the body. And so just notice where you feel sensation. And then breathe into that. Remember that you can always change your mind as well. So if you choose one variation and with time it just doesn't feel right, you can choose another one. Ensure that you are relaxing the jaw and focusing your attention on the front of the throat, throat chakra, Vishuddha. Wonderful. When you're ready, slowly begin to lift yourself up. Take your left hand behind you, right hand to your left knee, and just take a very gentle twist over to the left. Good, and then release back to center. Square your hips to the top of your mat, extend your legs out and long. You might give the knees a shake, and we'll come to the other side. So right knee bends, take the right knee out to the right side, and then draw that right knee back. Draw the right sitting bone back. So you're opening yourself up to a nice 45 degree. Now, if you'd like more support for the knee that is bent, perhaps it feels lifted here, maybe a little bit of tension in the hips, you can always take a pillow or a block underneath that right knee. Sitting up nice and tall, turn to face the right knee, take right hand to your right hip, and then reach your left hand towards your left big toe or your left shin. Again, you might bring some support underneath that left forearm. Gently draw the right shoulder back with the option to reach the right arm up and over. Remember, you can bend the left elbow, support the head. You can bend the right, support that right shoulder. Close down through the eyes. And just deepen into the breath. You might even weave back in Ujjayi breath. A beautiful technique that you can use at any time on or off of your mat to not only instill a deep sense of peace or calm, but also to instill a sense of presence. Every time we come back to the breath, it is an opportunity for us to come back into the present moment because the breath is always present. And it's just that simple. Simply noticing the breath. Wonderful. Just taking one more deep breath in. And a deeper breath out as you start to lift yourself all the way up. Take your right hand behind you, left hand to right knee, and just a little twist over to the right. Wonderful. Slowly make your way back to center. Square your hips to the top of your mat. Extend the legs out long. You might give the knees a shake. And then from here, cross the ankles and just come over into tabletop pose, coming onto all fours position. Ensure that the knees feel supported here. So you might bring in a folded blanket. You might double up on your mat. But listen to your knees. They'll tell you if you want your toes tucked or untucked. Stack the shoulders over the wrists, the hips over the knees. Find a nice neutral spine here. Lengthening from root to crown. Spread your fingertips wide, open the throat. And I invite you to close down through the eyes or even find a softer gaze here. And bring all of your attention to throat chakra. On your next breath in, dip the belly low, lift the gaze, open the throat, lift the tail, and pull the heart forward into cow spine. And then as you exhale, tuck the chin, ride the wave of Ujjayi breath as you dome the upper back into cat. Inhale, dip the belly, open the throat, lift the gaze. Ujjayi breath carries you into cat pose. Just a few gentle rounds of breath here through cat-cow, moving alongside Ujjayi breath. And just paying special attention to the opening and the closing of throat chakra. One more full cycle of breath. Beautiful. Come back to tabletop pose. From here, untuck the toes, bring the big toes together. Take the knees open wide and sink the sitting bones down towards the heels. Reach the arms out in front and bow the forehead to the earth, coming into Balasana, child's pose. You can support this posture by bringing a bolster underneath your seat. Maybe a pillow maybe a block, whatever you have, to lift the hips up. And of course, if you'd prefer a more restorative variation of this pose, you can always wrap your arms around to find the heels. And just taking your time here to settle in. As a final variation, if it feels like too much pressure for the knees, you could always just roll to your back, hug the knees up into the chest, and take the knees open wide. I invite you to rest the forehead on the earth. Soften your gaze, relax the jaw. Soften the neck. Just allow the weight of the head to rest here on the earth. If you have your arms extended, I might even invite you to walk your finger pads a little bit further away from you here to create more length in the spine, but also more space in the lateral meridians of the body, more space for the breath. Bring your awareness back to the sensation of the breath in the back of the throat. Throat chakra reminds us to speak our truth honestly, to communicate honestly and wholeheartedly. Resonating with the element of sound, it invites us to let go of energy by way of voice and sound. And so we'll take 3 more deep breaths here, but on the exhale, let go a sigh and allow it to be as loud as you need, letting go of the things that no longer serve you here. Breathing in deeply. Exhale a sigh. Beautiful breath. 2 more. And 1. When you're ready, slowly begin to walk your hands back towards your knees. Take your knees and ankles together. Take a moment here. Allow your hands to rest comfortably on your thighs. Sitting up nice and tall, just close down through the eyes. Just take a moment to notice how you feel. What it feels like to step into the power behind the breath. To open up, to activate Vishuddha Chakra or Throat Chakra. Wonderful. When you're ready, you can flutter the eyes open, and we're going to come into one final pose, a supported back bend. If you have a bolster at home, that's great. If not, I'll invite you to grab a stack of pillows or maybe even a couch cushion. And you're going to take your prop just long ways on your mat here. So allow this to be variation 1, a supported fish pose. So you can snuggle your sacrum up nice and close to the bolster. If you'd like more support underneath your seat, just bring a folded up blanket. But from there, just gently begin to relax down onto the bolster. Ensuring that the entire length of the spine feels supported, you can bend the knees, take the feet wide, knock the knees together. Relax your arms down by your sides. And now this variation can feel like a little bit too much compaction in the lumbar spine, a little bit too much of a deeper back bend. So variation 2 would be to find a more supported version. You can use 1 or 2 blocks or your stack of books. If you have 2 blocks at home, you could take them into the shape of a T with the block at the top of your mat at its second highest setting and the second block at its lowest setting, creating the shape of a T. If you have 1 block, that's fine too. And then take your pillows or your bolster on top so you're creating more of this wedge shape. And then again, just take a moment to snuggle your seat up to the base here. You could always even wrap a blanket around the base of the bolster for a little bit more support for the low back. When you're ready, slowly begin to recline down, step by step, ensuring that the entire length of the spine feels supported. You could even bring a pillow in behind the head here. Take a moment to tuck the shoulder blades under and then relax your arms down by your sides. You might flip your palms to face the sky. And now with the legs, again, you might take the feet wide, knock the knees together, finding that nourishing internal rotation, or perhaps you'd like to open the hips into external rotation. Bring the feet together and then take the knees open wide into a Supta Baddha Konasana shape, reclined bound angle. Bringing the feet together. You can choose. Alternatively, you can also simply just extend the legs out long. Take as much time as you need here to settle in. I guarantee you it's worth it to take the extra time. And when you're ready, just begin to close down through the eyes. Soften the jaw. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale to release the entire weight of your body to the landscape of props beneath you. As if the whole back body could conform to the shape of the landscape beneath you now. Draw your awareness back to Throat Chakra and that radiant orb of blue light. And just begin to notice the breath here. That natural, beautiful flow of breath. And as you continue to relax into this very soft opening of Vishuddha Chakra, you might imagine each breath stimulating Throat Chakra. As if each inhale you could breathe into that radiant orb of blue light, and that orb would just grow and grow and grow. Encouraging you to move forward in this life by way of honest communication. Perhaps the next time you're driving in the car, instead of listening to the song, maybe you sing it out loud, inviting you to speak your truth and to take up space in this world. As you rest here in the presence of Throat Chakra, you might start to quietly repeat the seed sound of Throat Chakra, hum, H-A-M, hum, the seed sound to stimulate, to open this lotus. Like a mantra in your mind, inhaling, hum, and exhaling. In your own time, simply just resting. And the sound of your own breath, and the beautiful wisdom of the Throat Chakra. Now I invite you to stay here and rest as long as you need today. If you wish to close your practice with a nourishing yoga nidra experience, a guided meditation, I will leave some links in the description below. I'd like to thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you liked this video, please leave a like, a comment, let me know where you are from. If you are here as part of the 7 chakra immersion with the team here at the School of Living Yoga, I would love to hear from you, to let me know how you feel as you're navigating your way through this wonderful system. As well, if you are looking for the previous practices with the chakras from Ali, Tina, myself, and Laura, I will leave all of those links in the description below. Now, if you are feeling called to deepen into your exploration of the chakras, if you're feeling called to a 200-hour yoga teacher training, please know that the School of Living Yoga is launching their most popular yoga teacher training coming this fall in an online platform. This 9-month yoga immersion, we will spend 1 month each exploring one of the chakras. And it's really spacious, go at your own pace, and we would love to have you. So if you would like more information, please let me know, and I'll see you in the next video. I invite you to subscribe to stay notified when new content comes out each and every week, and I would just love to connect with you. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.